The question that everybody wants to know, do you think it's quicker than your Z06?
Those are my thoughts, Mike, honestly.
So I think for the viewers out there who are wanting to know what I thought about this being quicker or my Grand Sport being quicker.
Celebrate America's 250th anniversary with the Brink of Speed America 250th Collection. Bold designs for a historic milestone.
Go to thebrinkofspeed.com to get yours today.
All right, guys, so after owning my Grand Sport for as long as I have now, just a little over a week, or I guess it's been 2 weeks, and driving it around, I started to wonder, is this thing faster or quicker than a Z06? I mean, we know the Z06 has 135 more horsepower than this, but this has 60 more foot-pounds of torque than the Z06. So today I'm meeting up with my good buddy Hart and his 2025 C8 Z06, and we're gonna find out. What we're gonna find out is, did Chevy accidentally build the Grand Sport to feel faster and quicker than a C8 Z06? All right, guys, I am back out here with Hart and his beautiful 25 Z06. How are you, brother?
I'm good, Mike. It's good to be here with you.
Yeah, man, same here. And look at our cars, man. They're kind of like twins as far as like the paint goes. I'm sure you guys will be able to see on camera that they are different. But I'll tell you what, he pointed out a viewpoint from over here that is pretty crazy. If you walk over here and you look at the back hatch of both our cars, it looks like they're both purple.
Yeah, gorgeous. It actually caught me by surprise of how close they are, but when you're, again, it's a viewpoint dependent shot.
Yeah.
As I stood right here, I can clearly tell that mine's more purple than yours.
Right.
But
yeah, from here it's easy.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know what they did with the, I don't know if it's the undercoat or what, but it's you, I don't know, it just throws me off. It's crazy.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments down below what you guys think of the colors. But guys, this car has 670 horsepower, but it only has 460 foot-pounds of torque.
I know, it's lacking. It's
lacking.
Yeah, that's
We have the brand new LS6 that has 135 less horsepower, but it has 60 foot-pounds more torque. So the question I ask my audience is, will my car feel faster or quicker than your Z06?
it's gonna have to.
Well, we're gonna find out, because you're gonna drive my car, I'm gonna drive his car, and we're gonna let you guys know what we think. And we may do a couple of pulls. All right, so I do want to tell you guys the specs. So this is a 25 1LZ Z06 with the Z07 aero and big carbon ceramic brakes on it.
That's right. It's what I call a track spec.
Yeah.
Lightest car, best brakes, and the aero. Those things were the must for me.
Yeah, man. You've got it all. It's beautiful. It's got the black tip exhaust, which is also a favorite of mine. It is a coupe. You got that big old wing on there. And he's got the yellow seat belt and the beautiful carbon fiber in here. And he's got an aftermarket carbon fiber wheel that looks really nice. So as you can see, it's a really, really beautiful spec. We both have 6 in the name of our engines now. His being the beautiful LT6. Like I said, 670 horse, 460 torque, flat plane crank, high revving to 8,600 RPM. Oh, and he's also got the engine appearance package back here too.
Yeah, for this being a
Carbon fiber.
1LZ, just a reminder, if you guys didn't see the last video, this built as a 1LZ was $139,000 MSRP. I didn't pay that for it, of
Well,
course.
I know. You got an amazing discount.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But yeah, engine appearance package.
Yeah, that's amazing, though.
Yeah. And this is my first time seeing this.
And then here we have the LS6, LT6, LS6. 535 horse, 520 torque. And boy, are you going to feel that torque.
Yeah, it just, it's kind of daunting. The size of it,
Yeah.
a 6.7 liter. I'm not used to that. Because I mean, I had a Stingray and I had an LT2, so it's kind of interesting seeing how much wider this looks.
Well, you know what this allows me to sing? She's Real Fine, my 409.
That's why I love you, Mike.
And here's the rest of my spec. It's a 2LT, and then I went with the red stitching, the GT2 seats, the red seat belt, and the suede interior with the suede steering wheel. So now these cars automatically come with mag ride on both of them. No carbon ceramic brakes on this one. No stealth interior, no front lift. You don't get the front lift because it's
Nope.
a 1LZ,
Nope.
so both are non-front lift cars. Now, check this out, Hart. Did you notice my side rockers?
Yeah, they're a little bit wider.
They're wider and longer.
Yeah.
Look how far they go back.
Yeah, wow.
And then you look at yours.
Wow, you can almost eat off of those.
Yeah, they're big. Not so wide and not far back like these.
They got me feeling self-conscious now.
That's the spec of the two cars. Now let's go for a ride.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely different than LT2 right away.
Yeah. Well, and you're not getting a cold start.
Yeah.
It's not, it's not all loud and.
But it's still,
stuff, but-
I would say the term here is guttural, like the way
Oh,
it
yeah.
starts. You can feel it. So yeah, that's good.
Yep.
I'm gonna take it for a spin. I'm gonna put it in Z mode, Mike.
All right. Sounds good to me, man.
Nice. Whoa, that's good. That's good. So it's better than I thought it would be, honestly. Let me collect my thoughts.
You do it, man. I understand. It took me by surprise too.
It's very smooth.
Yeah.
This is an LS6. And it's funny how Chevy, they had the LT, like old school, like in the C4. I think they
Oh,
had
yeah.
LT, then they went
Yep.
LS, they did the same thing again, LT
Yeah.
and then LS.
Yep.
Very creative. Very responsive, very smooth. The sound is good. It's a completely different driving experience than the Z06, like 100%.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I'm in a different car. I wonder how much this engine weighs compared to the LT6. Have you done any?
I haven't done that research, but it's 1.2 liters bigger,
Yeah.
so that's got to be pretty significant.
I can feel a weight difference.
Yeah.
Yes, I can. But obviously the torque makes up for it because there's no mistaking the fact that I'm in a much more torquey vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So noise-wise, the Z06 is way louder. Like,
Way
you
louder.
can't mistake that. But this is what the LT2 should have been.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What Chevy has done with this, and now that we have the LS6, we have the LT6, we have the LT7. They've basically become like a Burger King. They're a have it your way car. and if you think about it, Mike, like my personality as a driver and somebody that likes to get on track, I appreciate the Z06. That's like it checks the box for me because it's high revving, high strung, and it matches my personality. And I can have it that way. But if you're somebody that likes the old school, big displacement, low end torque, you can also have that. Oh, but guess what? If you're somebody that wants all-wheel drive and an NA motor, oh, you can have that in the Grand Sport X. Oh, if you're somebody that wants the turbos with just rear-wheel drive, you can have that. Oh, you want turbo and all-wheel drive? You can have that.
Yeah.
That is, to me, that's incredible.
It is incredible. It's better than Porsche.
It's better than Porsche. It's better than, who else is doing that?
Right.
Who else has that level? And then not only that, it's a tried and true chassis. Look what
Oh,
it
yeah.
does in the performance world. Look
Absolutely.
what it did at Pikes Peak. And yes, of course, that was a ZR1X, but it's the chassis, it's the C8 platform. Look what it does in IMSA. I mean, this is a world-proven spec performance-wise platform.
Yeah.
And so the fact that I have this big displacement V8 now and I can do this, and it's like low effort,
Yeah. very low effort.
I could spec this just like my Z06 if I wanted to. I could have the carbon ceramic brakes. If I don't want the high revs, I could take it out on track and I would be within tenths of the same time as a Z06. But I don't have to worry about not having no low end torque. I can have this power plant if I wanted it. And so for that, it's incredible. Those are my thoughts, Mike, honestly.
When you're talking about day-to-day driving, like we're doing right now, to have that torque at 1500 RPM, whereas the Z06 takes all the way to like 4500 to get some torque, maybe even 5500.
Nobody's home below there.
Yeah, there's a big difference in the driving experience when you have that low end torque.
Yeah, seriously.
So,
I noticed that, you know, honestly, when I got my Z06, because I had a Stingray, I had a 2020, and I noticed that right away that when I drove it home from Classic Chevrolet, and I was on the freeway and I was in a high gear and I like kind of gave it a little bit of throttle and I was like, there's nothing there. Like, I was shocked.
Yeah.
So the thing about what makes a good driving machine to that point is it's not about, if you just have a bunch of horsepower, you can't use it, right? What makes it is balance. And if you ever look at the most renowned cars for the track, it's because they exude a good amount of balance. Like, we can talk about some of the lower end cars, which, you know, I'm an enthusiast, right? Like the Honda S2000. Like, people love the Honda S2000 because it's so balanced. Yes, it's high revving, there's not much torque, but the balance of the chassis is so on point, and we love it. And that's why people love Porsche, because Porsche does iterative improvements on the chassis to make it more and more balanced. And so when you build a car, if you just have too much of one thing, it's not going to be good. But when you get to that sweet spot, that's what makes a good driving experience. Wow, these all seasons do a great job. Remember that weight I talked about?
Yeah.
You have to be a little bit more careful on transitions because see, it wanted to get a little squirrely. But the traction management system on these cars are so good. I learned that when I was at Ron Fellows.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, just getting to push it like this.
Yeah.
Made me completely comfortable. But incredible. Chevy they've done it. They can give you what you want, and it's for a fraction of the cost, but the car doesn't feel like that. Since I don't have a 26, I can tell you, I was fighting the new interior, but I like it. And after I spent 2 days in it at Ron Fellows, maybe a little bit jealous that I didn't have it in my car, since I bought a 25 right when the 26s came out.
Man.
And I could have got one.
Yeah. So the question that everybody wants to know, do you think it's quicker than your Z06?
From a dead stop, it is going to be. I think when you're actually rolling, absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah. When you're rolling,
good answer.
Yeah, when you're rolling, there's definitely more up top on the Z06.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, it just keeps going.
Yeah. Yeah. It just pulls and pulls.
You never have to stop revving to 8600.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to be in my poverty interior? My humble 25.
Let's get it started. Oh yeah, the LT6.
Hard to beat that LT6, man.
Yeah,
It really is.
All right, here we go. I am ready. But like I've said many times before, this car is for a different type of enthusiast. And I am the type that would drive this every day, for sure. But it's also for someone that can afford it. And most of the Corvette enthusiasts out there can't afford a $130,000, $140,000 Z06. Now the used market is definitely coming down where these are more affordable. But for someone to be able to go and just buy a brand new Z06 is not as easy as going and buying a brand new Grand Sport. But I'll tell you what, every time I get in one of these, I wonder why I don't own one. Oh, where's that torque?
It's up there, buddy.
Yeah, so that right off the bat is what you will notice immediately different between the two cars. In third gear at 4,500 RPM, I'm expecting this thing to rip my head off, and it doesn't.
No.
It just doesn't. But there's always that. You got to do that underneath the overpasses.
Absolutely,
especially
it's a
with
must.
this car.
And see, that's why, Mike, I always drive this car in manual.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it, man. Let's get into the torque range of this car.
There you go.
That's more like it.
Yeah. It never gets old.
It never gets old.
Never.
You're right. But, you know, if you're the type of person that wants this sound and this feel, because the suspension on this is so much better than my suspension too. It's stiffer, it's more capable at the track. Then you're gonna want a Z06, not a Z01. You're not gonna be able to handle 1,064 horsepower at the track. You might not be able to handle all 670, but trust me, you're gonna handle this a lot better than a ZR1.
Yeah.
So this is the car to get if you're really gonna do a lot of track focused stuff, because, you know, we just took this turn pretty quick and it's like you don't even have to think.
Yeah.
You just do it.
It's natural for it. It's poised.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then the other thing that I love about this car that you'll never get in any Stingray and any E-Ray and any GSX is the downshifts. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. This is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And you know, there's one more thing that I haven't even discussed, and that is where you're at by the time you start having fun with this car. You're breaking the law ×3. Okay?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're ultimately going to get pulled over and handcuffed, and this is probably going to be impounded for having the type of fun that you can have in a Grand Sport or even just a normal Stingray, because of the fact that you can go through 3 gears in that Grand Sport and you're still under 100 miles an hour. This in 3rd gear, you're probably 120 miles an hour.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. So I think for the viewers out there who are wanting to know what I thought about this being quicker or my Grand Sport being quicker, I don't know, man, it's hard. When you get the RPMs up in this thing, it still feels just as powerful from you know, when you stomp the gas down.
Yeah.
And I think the reaction time of this accelerator or the
throttle mapping?
The throttle mapping, that's the perfect way to put it, is faster in this.
It goes back to what you were saying, Mike. Like, this car, the reason why this is my favorite, even amongst the ZR1 and ZR1X, is this is it's the closest thing to a race car for the road.
It is, yeah.
Even though they're not race, if you ever sit in a real race car, you'll know that these cars are not race cars.
Right.
But it can do a good job of fooling you into you thinking that
Yeah.
it is a race car. And so this is the best out of the bunch to me for that reason.
Yeah, I agree.
And you felt it in the pedal.
Yeah, so there you go. There's my conclusion. We may find out in a different way for you guys. Yeah. All right, guys, so that's your answer right there. You know, it's interesting how before I ever got the Grand Sport, anybody that told me that their Z06 didn't have enough torque, it kind of blew my mind because I'd driven quite a few of them and it felt really torquey to me if you get it in the torque band. So the 135 extra horsepower won today, 100%.
Yeah.
And I have a delay in my throttle response compared to his.
I noticed it too.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's your answer. The Grand Sport is not quicker or faster than the Z06, so if you're wondering, now you know. So a huge thanks to Hart here. Go to his channel, Born Again Motoring. It'll all be linked in the description, and we'll do a collab together, so it's real easy to get to his channel. Give him a subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, leave comments down below letting us know if this helped you maybe with a decision that you're trying to make whether to get a Grand Sport or a Z06. And I hope each and every one of you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you guys out on the road.